everybody. Welcome to WD Carousel of Podcast. My name's Crystal.
And I'm Ian.
And today we are doing our Halloween episode. Woo! That was not planned.
In tune. Nope. It's okay. Figure it out.
Maybe it should have been. So, I'm guessing if you are listening / watching this and you're looking at a calendar, you're kind of noticing what time of year it is. And since Halloween is my meat and potatoes, yes, I'm going with that.
Sure, go for it.
It is my time of year. It's the time of year that I feel most in touch with myself. This is when I buy my normal house decorations.
Yes.
This is when I celebrate my birthday. Mm-hmm. And actually, when the episode is being launched, I'm having a party at my house. Yay!
Woo!
I'm sorry you didn't get the invitations in time.
We probably could invite you, though. I'm kidding.
It'd be really hard to get everybody in my condo.
It's fine. It's fine. It'll be fine.
But I'm sure that everybody that follows, listens, loves fall, loves Halloween. If you don't, and you don't like make-believe, if you don't like anything to do with magic and pretending, you are in the wrong area. I mean, just putting it out there. If you love Disney, it's almost a default that you're going to love something to do with Halloween.
Yes. Let's go with that.
Yes. Now, you have a different take on Halloween than I do.
Yes.
What's your take on Halloween?
I as I was growing up, I didn't like trick-or-treating.
Due to your allergies.
Yep. I don't like unpredictability in large crowds. I don't like being scared.
So haunted houses are out.
So haunted houses are out.
I stepped on your toe, I'm sorry.
It's totally fine. And I didn't really get into, like, dressing up in a costume until I was, like, doing, like, theater. And it was, like, part of a thing.
But now,
there's kind of different elements that I actually enjoy as an adult. Like, I like, hanging out with friends and watching cheesy Halloween-themed things because I didn't really see them before. And two of the three things that you've shown me as an adult I've really liked. So, there you have it.
he does not like Nightmare Before Christmas.
I don't know what to tell you. I like the other two, though, and we're going to talk about one of them.
Yes. So you like Hocus Pocus.
I like Hocus Pocus.
And then you like Halloweentown. Now,
like
before we get
Halloweentown.
into that, a little bit about my Halloween love is I am a Halloween baby. And every single birthday party was a costume party.
Of course.
With bobbing for apples and all of those traditional things.
Still is.
I ran a haunted house for about 10 years.
Yep.
So jumping out and scaring people, high enjoyment for me. But of course, we've already all established that I'm the villain. So I love being evil. But that's why people love taking me to haunted houses, because I can guess and be able to tell you and spot exactly where everything is. So the last time I think I went through a haunted house, I was singing nursery rhymes and scaring the people in front of us more than the actual scarers were.
I'm never going to a haunted house with you. Actually, I'm never going to a haunted house, but definitely not with you.
Yes. So haunting is in my blood. It's just who I am, and so I live this. And the movie that we are talking about, Halloweentown, is a movie that I watch even when it's not Halloween time.
I know.
Because
kind of your thing.
It's me. Now, for those of you that are like, wait, I know Disney movies. I've never heard of Halloweentown before.
You wouldn't be alone.
There's a reason for that. And it's because it is what we consider a DCOM, or a Disney Channel original movie. So unless you have the Disney Channel or had the Disney Channel growing up, you never would have been exposed to this ever. Right?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
In fact, even though you probably had the Disney Channel growing up, you never really watched DCOMs until I introduced you.
You strapped me down to the couch and we watched them. Yes.
Yes, and you enjoyed it.
I did.
Yeah. So this DCOM, Halloweentown, is one of the first movies that Disney Channel actually came out with. DCOM started in 1997. This came out in 1998.
Okay.
So we're actually celebrating the 20th anniversary of Halloweentown.
Aww.
Congratulations, Halloweentown. You are still as cheesy as you were when you first started.
Probably more.
Now, DCOMs, do you want to give them a little bit of, like, what the differences in anticipation, just so they know what kind of quality expect. We're talking about here?
So I think that for the most part, like a Disney Channel original movie, even though it is produced like a movie, they're still doing, I mean, for the most part, from what I've seen, it's still film, it's still, all the standard stuff you'd use for a movie. However, everything they do is just a little bit on a lower budget. So
it's not varsity level. This is like freshman class.
This is freshman year freshman squad stuff. And I think a lot of it just boils down to the fact that they just, budget and time. I think the biggest thing is probably time.
Yes.
Because they're kicking these things out like,
a couple of them a year normally.
Right. And so if you're making a blockbuster level live action film, you cannot make Mary Poppins in 11 months. It's just not going to happen. So, and probably even shorter than that, I'm guessing.
And that's quality is the same today. So even the movies that are coming out, the popular ones, Descendants, let's see, High School Musical was a huge one that came out, and that series took off. That one even had an in theaters
release
level episode, which not episode, installment. There we go. That was still not as up to par, but they put it out in the theaters because everybody loved it so much. And this is one of the few series that has kept going because of the fan base. Now, just to put it into perspective, there are 4 movies in this series. I've only made you watch one. So we have Halloweentown.
Yeah.
We have Halloweentown 2, Calabar's Revenge.
Oh dear.
We have Halloweentown High, where they go to high school.
Of course, yeah.
And then we have Return to Halloweentown, where they actually switch the main character with a different actress like we wouldn't notice.
It happens.
Insert picture here. And it is still a popular series to this day. So just out of curiosity, I happened to look up a couple different websites and said, what are the top DCOMs that are there? Yeah. And in, let's see, Complex, it was number 9 out of 40 for DCOMs. For Collider, it was... the 4 of them were 10, 9, 8, and 7 respectively. And then after that was the Xenon Girl of the 21st Century, which were 6, 5, 4, and then High School Musical 3, 2, 1.
Well, of course, yeah.
So really it was the 3rd in there. And then on TV Guide, it was number 5 out of 25 for the Disney Channel original movies. Right. So it is a very popular movie. And it is one of my, if it's Halloween time and I don't watch this, it does not feel like Halloween to me.
I get you.
It is one of those, I have to watch it every year.
Right.
Or else it's not Halloween. So let's go over a little bit about what the storyline is.
Yes.
How much do you remember? Now, this is a year ago I made him watch it.
Do you want me to do this just for
fun? I want to see what you remember, and then I will interject afterwards.
This is her favorite thing. We do this anyway.
Welcome to it being recorded.
I believe it's... Now, this is already going to be spotty. It's the daughter... I can't remember if the mother wants her to not be a witch or to be a witch.
Not to be a witch.
Not to be a witch. And her grandmother, who is the lovely Debbie Reynolds.
Which I don't know how they got such a high budget actress for this.
It happens.
But
she's delightful.
She's wonderful.
Yeah. She came in and she is a witch, and very openly so. And so she always kind of is like the grandma that always gives you the candy, but in this case she's the grandma that sneaks you how to be a witch kind of stuff. But she lives in Halloweentown. Is that correct? Okay, so she comes to visit around Halloween, and she basically is like gonna go back to Halloweentown, and the daughter realizes that she is a witch, and she didn't know. Oh gosh. And then
Giving you head nods.
Yep. And then they like sneak back onto the bus that she takes to get back to Halloweentown. Then they end up in Halloweentown, and they have to figure out how to get back, and there's some plot points that I'm missing at this point. But there's like a skeleton driving a cab and some other stuff.
Benny.
Yeah, and then it starts merging with Nightmare Before Christmas, and I can't remember what happens at that point.
I think because I made you watch them back to back, it
so
makes a little bit.
I have no idea.
But you like this one better than Nightmare.
I do.
Probably because of Debbie Reynolds and Benny, the cab driver.
And just the cheesiness is more just overt, and they don't care.
Oh my god, it's so horrible.
And but I would say of all three, my favorite is still Hocus Pocus.
Yes,
but that's different.
So, the actual plot of the movie is, you're correct, Marnie is celebrating her 13th Halloween.
Okay.
And once she celebrates her 13th Halloween, if she hasn't started studying magic, she loses it forever.
That's what it was.
And so Mom was holding out on her, not letting her know. Grandma, who's only able to travel through dimensions that one time of year, catches a bus and comes to say hi to the kids.
So relatable.
Marnie overhears Grandma and Mom's conversation and goes, I'm a witch and Mom's trying to take this away from me. So she sneaks onto the bus following Grandma. Her brother follows and her sister follows without their
Mom knowing. Yeah.
And they get there, and there's all of a sudden this darkness, this bad thing that's turning everybody evil, and they disappear altogether. So that's why Grandma came to grab Mom and see if another Cromwell witch could help her make that potion and fight the bad thing. And Marnie's like, well, I'm a witch, Grandma, even though I've never studied, and I'm almost 13.
Yeah.
And so then all of a sudden Grandma gets taken by the bad thing, and it's these three kids running around this Halloween themed town trying to collect ingredients for this spell so they can go ahead and defeat the darkness and get everybody released. And Mom all of a sudden realizes that the kids are over there, hops a bus and comes to Halloweentown. And basically, the kids try and convince Mom that, no, there's a bad thing. No, there's a bad thing. Mom gets trapped by the bad thing. And then the three kids all of a sudden are somehow able to make the potion, the spell, release everybody. And then the whole family, even the younger brother that denies that he is going to be a witch at all, or they call it warlock's witch, don't get me on that. Warlock is not a term you want to use.
I'm gonna ask you about that later.
Off camera.
Yeah.
That way we don't get me into a rant.
Fair enough.
All of them link hands and they go, and then all of a sudden bright light happens and the darkness is dead and then the town is saved and Marnie gets to start practicing her witchcraft with Mom, because Mom's like, no, I'm going to complete your training instead of Grandma. And that's the end of the movie. Isn't that a wonderful plot? And in there you have ghosts,
of course,
that are in steamers. You have werewolves that are dentists.
Yeah.
It's a vampire that's a dentist.
That makes sense.
Werewolf that is a hairdresser.
Love that.
And a whole bunch of other stuff. The Abominable Snowman sells ice cream.
Got it.
Go figure.
Figured it out.
And Benny, who we're talking about, is a cab driver, and he is just a skeleton with a sense of humor. And he's really funny in a cheesy way.
Yes.
So, the movie is as horrible with CGI as you can imagine. We're probably going to steal a couple little clips and put them in here just so you can see. But we have some actual facts about the movie that I think are kind of fun. So, The city that hosted the movie Halloweentown, where it was actually made, it's St. Helens in Oregon.
Okay.
They still to this day, for the month of October, dress up the town center as Halloweentown for people to come and visit. And they still have the big pumpkin in the middle of the town square and everything to recreate the sets and do all that other fun stuff. Let's see. Kimberly Brown, who plays Marnie, is only 16 years younger than her mom. The actress who plays her mom.
Wait, so she wasn't 13 when she did it?
No.
How old was she?
I don't know.
Okay, that wasn't part of the thing.
No, that wasn't part of the thing.
All right.
Let's see. There are only 3 people in the original cast that show up in all 4 of the movies. And it's Debbie Reynolds as Agatha Cromwell, Grandma.
Yep.
You have Gwen, which is the mom.
Yep.
Which is Judith Hoag. And then Joey Zimmerman, who plays Dylan, the younger brother.
Gotcha.
Everybody else is interchangeable, I guess. The one fact that I saw on here that I really kind of liked was during the time where they're trying to get hair of a werewolf and they're at the hairdressers.
Yeah.
Marnie is trying to distract the hairdresser werewolf while Dylan's going to get the werewolf hair somehow, and he has buzz clippers and he's like, "Mrr." But she's trying to distract him and she picks up this hair dryer.
Yeah.
And this hair dryer she turns on and it's a flame that comes out of it.
Right.
That's an actual practical effect. So it actually was a hair dryer that had a flamethrower in it, so that way it would blow fire when she would turn it on. So there were no special effects involved in that one.
What's the practical use of a flaming hair dryer?
I don't know.
Like, maybe, even in Halloweentown, like, I still don't know why they would need
maybe they like fried hair.
Ugh.
And I think actually the werewolf says something about that. Split those ends and bring out your roots, baby! Or something like that, I'm pretty sure.
I'm sure it's right.
Benny was actually a robot.
Sure. Yep.
Which is nice. It's not a CGI.
It's obvious that he's some sort of puppet thing.
Yes. So it wasn't part of Jim Henson's world, which we know is associated with Disney now. But I think it's really fun how they were able to animate him, because even though he's a skeleton, they really like articulate his brow bone and his cheeks, his jawline, I guess it would be, not cheeks.
Right.
But they do a lot of facial movements with like the eye sockets and everything too.
Yeah.
So you get a lot of expressions out of that robot.
Yeah. They
out of a skeleton.
Blew their budget on the Benny robot.
I guess it says in here Jim Becker, who was supposed to play the Ice Cream Shop Yeti, or he was supposed to play the Ice Cream Shop Yeti, and then Roger Patan.
Yep.
We're just gonna botch it. And Jim arrived at wardrobe fitting at the same time, and Jim could not fit the Yeti costume, so he became the mayor, and then Roger did the Ice Cream Yeti.
That sounds about right.
And then the writer of Halloweentown, his name is Paul Benbaum.
Okay.
The 3 kids in the movie are named after his 3 children.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
That's kind of fun.
Yeah.
And then we also have some goofs that I think are hilarious. I'm going to let you look at these and say these ones. Find any that are interesting to you, because we can edit this.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. So Sophie tells Marnie that she followed her onto the bus. They followed both Dylan and Marnie onto the bus. Mm-hmm. But it appears as though Dylan had closed the door as he was getting on the bus. Mm-hmm. So it would have been pretty difficult for Sophie to have.
And that's one that I've always kind of wondered, because they do sneak in the back way so nobody notices. And in my brain, my kid brain, I was like, well, maybe she actually climbs on through the front of the bus because the other 2 go in through the back.
Yeah.
But that's a continuity one that I've always been kind of a little perplexed on.
Yeah. That's funny. So, as of the shot of the bus coming into Halloweentown, you can see the giant jack-o'-lantern facing them as they come in. which is, you're looking at the jack-o'-lantern and City Hall. But as they come in, you see it, and then after you get into the actual episode and you're looking at it, the faces facing City Hall, which is the opposite direction that it was facing before. Obviously, this was just for effect, and they hope nobody would notice. I'm sure that's what it was, because that's usually what happens.
At the end of the movie, they need to have the pumpkin facing Town Hall, because that's where the bad thing is.
Right,
when the light from inside the pumpkin's supposed to slice them to bits.
Right, but as they're coming in, I'm sure the directors or the director of photography or somebody was like, well, when they come in, we want the bus to show both City Hall and the pumpkin.
That'd be more aesthetically pleasing,
exactly.
Right?
So they just kind of were like, well, let's just do both. No one will notice. I mean, I've done that before.
No one will notice.
Done that before.
Another one that's I've noticed that's on here too is when Marnie's putting the talisman into the giant pumpkin. Spoiler.
Wow.
And then she's frozen. In one camera angle, her foot is in one eye, or one foot is in one eye and the other one's hanging down. And then when they come back to it, her legs are flipped.
Flipped the other way.
So I wasn't sure if it was like reverse of the camera screen, or if it was...
It could have been.
Like, okay, everybody reset. Marnie, your foot was up there, and just play dead.
The script supervisor was not paying attention.
Again, high quality budget movie.
Right. It's amazing they got done what they did probably with the budget they had. I'm just guessing. Mm-hmm. They've got the movie marquee, so that's like just the theater in town. Mm-hmm. The marquee says "closed forever" across the sign, like entirely. And then when she takes, when Luke takes Marty into the theater, it's just part of the sign, just moved to the side.
So it must be where, and I can't remember because I haven't watched it yet this season. I know. Where it's a double-sided, but from the front you could probably see like "closed forever."
Yeah.
But then when they were coming in from a side, they said "closed forever,"
like in the little corner, just so you can still see what it said. Because
versus forever or closed.
Yeah, because we want it to be obvious always what's happening.
So quality workmanship here.
Some quality prosthetic practical effects stuff. When the vampire gets her teeth pulled, you can actually for sure see
100%.
the actual actor's real tooth underneath, just painted black. Hopefully, just no
so
tooth
bad.
here.
Let's see if we can add a little clip. I want to find it. She's like,
"Wow, Doc, that didn't hurt at all."
And you can totally see the black paint on there.
Oh no!
It's amazing.
And another one, when Calabar shield dissolves from the light, when the kids are leaving the theater, the actor, Robin Thomas, the wrist, that's clearly not made up.
Yeah, there's no paint, there's no prosthetics, there's nothing.
Right, so it's just like this obviously non made up
because
wrist.
That character is supposed to be like gray and wrinkly.
Right.
And he has like a melty face, and
right.
then all of a sudden, pink wrist.
Yes.
Oh.
It's like, wait, did we know we were going to use that? That's I get it.
It was actor getting into the moment.
Right.
And the costuming department not realizing that could be, like, the sleeve could move slightly.
Yeah, so anyway, they had only a certain amount of time. I can't fault them for that.
So, let's do this. Of quality of movie, I mean, we realize it's not going to be up there.
No.
But for favorite family Halloween movies, and this does include like full-on theatrical productions, where would you rank this one?
What do you mean, like family movie? Just like every family movie ever made?
No, Halloween themed.
Oh, Halloween themed.
Halloween.
I would probably put this at like 2 or 3.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I've only seen so many, so
true. I have a lot to catch you up on.
Yeah,
because Halloween's
because to me it's like Hocus Pocus is number 1, and this one just sits directly below that. So.
Interesting. Wait until I show you those sequels. Oh, you're gonna be excited. And this is not a musical. This is not one of the Disney musicals.
Right.
This was before DCOM's
more musically inclined.
Yes, did any sort of everybody sing along situation.
Yeah.
Situation.
Yes.
Watch it. Check it out. It's a lot of fun.
Let us know what you
I
think.
believe right now Amazon Prime has it. You can rent it for like 99 cents if you don't have the Disney Channel, but if you have the Disney Channel, it is included, and you can watch it on demand at any time during this Halloween season.
Perfect.
Go ahead and check it out. It's a favorite. Happy 20th anniversary, Halloweentown! You're not being recognized this year because it's everything else's 25th anniversary. I'm sorry. But we love you and we believe in you. And you're almost legal to drink.
Yes. Okay.
On that note, thanks so much for watching and listening. My name's Crystal.
And I'm Ian.
And I hope you guys have a happy, spooky, great, big, beautiful tomorrow.
Beautiful tomorrow, just a dream away.